the South Carolina High School Credential Work Readiness Assessment and SKEMA, as we are united in growing our future. The General Assembly passed a statute in 2017 for an employability credential, a job readiness pathway for students with disabilities. In 2018, the State Board of Education added a new regulation, 43235, to consist of components and criteria for a state-recognized employability credential for applicable students with disabilities for whom such a credential is appropriate. As a result, districts began offering credential course of study beginning with 9th graders in August of 2018. In 2022, there will be the first graduating class of students earning the employability credential known as the South Carolina High School Credential. One of the requirements includes work readiness assessment results for competitive employment. The student will be able to meet one of the 3 options of that requirement. There is also a requirement to include a rubric and guidelines to identify those employability skills, and that would be the SKEMA SC. Another requirement to earn the South Carolina High School Credential is the Work Readiness Assessment. The student must meet or pass one of the 3 options. Passing the State Career Ready Assessment or industry equivalent. Current Career Ready Assessment administered to all 11th graders is the Ready to Work. The student must obtain a bronze or better. The student can also participate in the industry equivalent, such as the Work Keys, and earn a bronze or better. The South Carolina Department of Education currently funds Ready to Work assessments. Any others would be funded by the district. Alternate career ready assessments for students with significant cognitive disabilities do not meet the work readiness criteria for the credential. A second option would be the state-approved certification or industry credential in the student's field of study. Must pass the state-approved certification or industry credential that is aligned with the IEP and IGP. And there is the South Carolina Industry-Based Certification Career Focus List that the student can choose from. Document that includes a current list of state-approved certifications or industry credentials via CTE. Third is a criterion referenced assessment. This measures student performance against a predetermined criteria aligned to work-based learning training hours, which can coincide with the 40-hour internship requirement using the South Carolina Work-Based Learning Training Agreement Evaluation Plan. There must be alignment to the student's post-secondary goals for the work-based learning hours to count. Data analysis of assessment performance can determine competitive and independent employment in post-school field. As a resource, there is an ONET tool for career exploration and job analysis. This can be utilized for the skills selection and the criterion referenced assessment. In addition, there is the South Carolina Works Online Services. They are the largest workforce development database where skills can be selected for the criterion referenced assessment. This is the South Carolina Work-Based Learning Training Agreement Evaluation Plan. This document is posted on the Credential website. It is utilized along with the criterion reference assessment and the 40-hour internship. It includes a job description of tasks and responsibilities by the work site supervisor and a list of skills to be mastered within that career pathway. There should be 2 evaluation reviews, one at the midpoint and also at the final. The student should be able to score at least at a 3, which is competent, in that the student demonstrates the skill and is aware of the importance of this skill. Credential regulations mandate that a rubric and guidelines to identify and assess the employability skills of the students be developed and disseminated. Therefore, the SKEMA SC serves as the credential rubric. Teachers and case managers should utilize the SKEMA SC to progress monitor students through their course of study. Completion of the SKEMA can be used to establish a baseline at the outset of a student's course of study and then develop annually with IEP goals, and then again at least annually to progress monitor. Mastery level should be determined by analyzing 2 or more types of evidence, such as observation, a checklist. Students must demonstrate a mastery at a level of 3 or 4 for each of the required skills, such as attendance, punctuality, and for at least 8 of the 10 critical skills, such as communicating concerns on the job or following multi-step routines. Evidence should be gathered from work experience supervisors using the employer evaluation form provided in the toolkit. The SKEMA SC should be completed by the case manager at the end of the student's program of study. The completed SKEMA must be signed by both the case manager and the LEA. If there is need for further technical assistance, please go to the Credential website and find the Ask a Question button, and certainly you can ask a question through that inquiry button. Also, requesting assistance. Click on that button and request assistance. Many times, the answers to your questions may be found in the frequently asked questions. For further assistance, please feel free to contact the Office of Special Education Services and the Transition Alliance of South Carolina.